G'day folks, this is Dragon. Just making up some more char. Out in the bush last week and found I didn't have any in the vehicle. Must have left it at our retreat, so I like to keep some in the vehicle as an alternative fire lighting method. Using, I use a blast match, but you can use primitive fire lighting tools, steel, flint, that sort of thing. It's all over YouTube, it's nothing new. So I thought while I'm making, I'll do a video on it. As I said, it's all over YouTube, so it's nothing new. And for you YouTube critics, hypercritics out there, yes, I'm doing it outside, and when I start cooking this up, you'll see why. Alright, first off, a lot of people use char cloth, made out of cotton material. You can make it out of this. This is a candle wick they use for exterior parties and stuff. Just goes into a can with kerosene or some sort of oil or something, and away it goes. Very loose weave, pure cotton. It's got to be pure cotton, no synthetic materials in it. They also got some of this cotton cord to char. It's pure cotton, no synthetic materials. Quite a bit of it there. Now, I've done some charring this morning, and if we look at this one, this is that charred candle wick. You can see it there. It takes a spark very well from the blast match. That's what I used to test this stuff out this morning. This cotton cord, cooked it up and used the blast match out. Now I've got to say that this cotton cord, break a little piece off, hit it with a fire implement, whatever you're using, it does burn a little bit longer than this stuff here, because that's a loose weave. This is a very tight weave, so it burns a fair bit longer, which is a bit of a bonus. I don't tend to use so much of it. Now the problem is you can make all this synthetic man-made stuff from man-made materials. That's great, nothing wrong with it. As long as you realise you're out in the bush, it's a finite material. In other words, you're not going to find this laying around in the bush, hanging off a tree or whatever. Same with this. So you've got to be aware of how much char you've got with you, and of course of its usage. Now there is another method. I haven't tried it for many years. I thought I'd give it a go. Some of that sapwood we harvested off the dead ironbark trees from the timber cutting exercise last week, I think it was. There's a video on the forum YouTube on that. I harvested some of the sapwood, soft, very soft wood right under the hardwood of the ironbark tree. I did some this morning, cooked it up in these, and that's what it looks like. And that takes a spark from blast match very well too. You can see it there. For Australians, we're all aware of bushfires, and it's small pieces of this stuff from bushfires that'll fly miles ahead with the wind, start spot fires once it's wind driven. If it's a light, what they call an ember attack here in Australia, it's very similar to that. Alrighty. The tins I'm using, I did have some a long time ago, and I think somebody decided to borrow them permanently, so I had to go out and find some more yesterday. In Australia, finding anything in tins these days is pretty hard. It's mostly all plastic bags and stuff like that. So I did go to a pharmacy and I found these tins that contain lollies, and for our American friends that's candy. Actually it's rock candy. Very hard. About $4 a tin. That includes the contents, which you can use as a sugar hit if you've got it in your EDC or your backpack. Just give you that little burst of energy. And it's a lot more economical than buying them online. What I also did was punch a small hole in the top, as most of us are pretty well aware of when you're cooking this stuff up. Now, couple of things to watch. When you're cooking this up, there's a lot of smoke and stuff comes out that hole. You've got to have it there. It's a pressure relief as this stuff is cooking up inside or charring inside. But for you YouTubers out there, the reason why I do it outside, this is the reason why. Have a look at the inside of that lid. Alright. It's wood tar, tar off the cotton material there, and of course you get smoke coming out the top, and you really don't want to be breathing that stuff in, so don't do this in enclosed areas, particularly if you're charring wood. The fumes can at times can be toxic, so that's why I'm doing it outside. I'm using a gas, one of these gas stoves here as a heating method, purely because I'm making it at home and I want to do it outside. I don't want to do it inside on a gas stove. Also in Australia too, the supermarket yesterday got shoe polish tins. You can get them a bit bigger than this. This is all they had. I've actually got some wood char in there, just as a storage. Just pop it on. And it's got a little lever there just to pop the lid off. So that's another tin for you. Again, if you're going to use it for charring, punch a hole on top of it. Alright, moving on. What I've done, just to give you a demo, most of us know how to char this man-made cotton stuff. I'll give you a demo, because I'm still making some more up, on how to char wood. Now, this is a renewable source in the bush. Renewable source of char, one of the ingredients or parts of primitive fire lighting. Right, and it's quite easy to make, not a problem. Alrighty, moving on. Throw a lid on there. One of the things you got to remember is that if you're doing a lot of charring, doesn't matter what material you're using, is that hole clogs up sometimes with tar and soot and stuff. So make sure that that hole is kept clean. Alright, what I've done is just put this on here because I don't want that sitting right on the burner. And it helps too if you've got even heat under your charring tin too. It can be done on a campfire when you're making wood char. It's just a matter of a bit of experience and rearranging your coals or whatever you're using to heat the tin. Alright. We'll flash this up. I hear a flame, and we'll be back in a minute or so to show you how our progress is going. Alright folks, while that's cooking away, I've got some wood char here, just a small piece just to give a demo. That's the blast match I use. I've got other fire lighting techniques, but for today I'll use this. Got a spare lid off one of those cans. And I'll just flash her up. I'm all left-handed today. Okay, if you have a look in there, you can see that glowing. Okay, That's what you drop into a bundle of dry grass, or a bird's nest as some people like to call it, and that's how you start to kick your fire off. It's glowing quite well. Alright, tried this morning, went first time. Now, in front of the camera, I'm all left-handed, all thumb. Anyway, it worked. Okay, have a look over here. You see this is starting to cook off now. A lot of smoke rising out of there, a lot of fumes. This is why I said it's better to do it outside. Now, what I charred this morning, when that stops smoking, it's pretty well right to go. I didn't get a flame out of the top of it like we've seen on some of the YouTube videos and other information on the net. So, because I've got some large pieces of wood in there, it's going to take probably a little bit longer to cook down into charcoal or char, like those pieces over there. So that's cooking away quite nicely. That stinks. Phew. And this is why I say you don't want to do it inside in enclosed areas. You're doing it out here. Alright, you find a lot of that. There's moisture, a lot of the sap just burning and charring in the wood. The idea being is you don't want a naked flame in here, depriving it of oxygen. That's how charcoal was formed, hence the char cloth and char wood here. There's enough heat in there to char it, but not enough for it to catch fire, completely turn to ash. Alright, back soon. Okay folks, while that's cooking away nicely, what I'll try and do is, this grass is still a bit damp from last night, we had a very heavy dew, is I'll try and start this bundle of grass, or bird's nest if you want to call it that, from a piece of charred material. Now, Mrs. Drager's behind the camera, which one would you like me to use? Which piece of char?
The one that won't burn my house down.
No, it won't burn your house down. Burnt my fingers yesterday, the day before.
Try the timber.
Timber? Okay, sounds good. Okay, back in a minute. Okay, I'll try and light this up. Amazing what doesn't work when you're in front of a camera. Okay, hold it there.
Okay.
Okay. Got it going. Called Murphy's Law, when you've got a camera on it, it won't work. Okay. This grass is dry enough to catch. The old saying goes, where there's smoke there's fire, and we've got the smoke. And we have flame. There we go. And normally you have your fire making kindling and stuff, bunch it ready to go. So there it is, folks. It's that easy, even with a blast match. Like I said, when you've got a camera or something, it won't work. It worked perfectly this morning. Took a bit longer with the blast match. That bit's still smouldering. Okay, make sure that's fully stepped out. Normally when you light a fire that way, you have plenty of kindling ready to go because that stuff burns down very, very quickly. In Australia, throw a few dried gun leaves on it and you've got a very good makings of a fire because the oils and the eucalyptus leaves and that sort of thing, it goes up like a torch. Okay. That's still cooking, a lot less smoke than before. So you can see just on the top here, I don't know whether you can see it through the camera, there's a little patch of tar or something. And that's why you've got to make sure that that hole is kept clear, otherwise the lid's going to pop on it. And I was playing around with another type of tin stove a couple of days ago. I've got to do a video on that, a review on it. I stuck a tin on it, got distracted and left the lid on it, and the bloody thing went off like a missile. Yeah, one of my bad hair days.
Blonde.
Ah, you said it, I didn't. Alright, what we'll do, folks, I'll just turn that off and just let it cool down. I'm back soon and we'll see how it's progressed. Okay, folks, I've just opened up this tin we were cooking. We have a look in there and see it's started to char. There's still a lot of uncharred timber in there, or wood. So that needs cooking for a bit longer. So that's what we'll do. Pays to check on it occasionally, depending on what material you're using for charring, just to make sure that it's charred right through. Otherwise it's not going to work too well. Alright, back in a minute. Alright folks, I've just taken the lid off that, and as you can see it's smoking and some of it's actually smouldering. It's not quite done yet, so if you're using this to start a fire by throwing a spark into a tin of charcoal or char, best way to put it out, stop from burning out completely to ash, throw the lid back on it and smothers it. Okay, so that's not quite done yet. And if we notice down here, is that still going? I think it's burned out. Oh no, it's smoky. That's still going, that piece. That piece went out. Okay, that's about, this one here, I think it's about, what, 5 minutes you reckon?
Easy.
Yeah, okay. Alright, back soon. Okay folks, just finished cooking this up. Looking pretty good. Yep, that's charcoal. I'll throw the lid back on it because it's still smouldering. So that's done well. It's a nice piece of char in there. Alrighty. Well, just to go over a few main points. Primitive fire lighting with char cloth, any form of char. Got your man-made stuff here, which is fine, nothing wrong with it. Remember, you only got limited supplies of it, whether it's in a raw form like that, or you've charred it to take bush with you, as in these two here. Renewable source of char is this here. Make it out of materials in the bush. And every time, as I said before, every time you light a fire, you can make some more of this stuff. So it's pretty well self-sustaining in that form. With that material from the bush, you can just keep making it to keep your supply up in your tin as you're moving around, and to light another fire. By all means, use all three, take all three. You can never have too much of the stuff. So there it is, folks. Very simple, very easy to make, and just a few safety precautions. Don't do it inside. It gives off a lot of smoke and fumes. As you can see from the topless tin, I did a few cooks on this morning. That's the crud and crap that comes off whatever you're cooking. Admittedly, a lot of it's collected on the lid, but some of it escapes through that vent hole there, so you really don't want to be around too close to that or breathe in too much of it. Another thing is, be aware that these are hot. I don't think I need to tell you guys that. So you've got to wait for it to cool down. So that's about it. I've been told by Mr. Dragon I moved too fast for the camera. So I think I've had that problem with button nose. Alrighty. Thanks for watching, folks. Catch you later.